we're going to hear right now. So take it away, my friend.
All right, guys. Thanks. It's great to be back with everybody. We've obviously sponsored every single one of the Media Post events during COVID, made a conscious decision at the company to invest in the community of search. So thanks for having us. We do also have a surprise guest here that we're going to show you here in a second. Actually, it's a very popular guest that was my babysitter growing up as well, by the way. So without further ado, welcome the Cookie Monster. So the Cookie Monster is, I grew up as a kid of Sesame Street, this guy is here, and if you're ready or not, obviously he is gobbling up cookies left and right with third-party cookies. So obviously a lot of folks are going to be talking here over the next few days about the cookie changes and apocalypse and deterioration of cookies. Obviously there's a lot of uncertainty in the marketplace right now with the restrictions, impacting everybody. Especially brands that are kind of over-indexed or over-dependent on a couple of service providers that Yogi mentioned as well, with especially the big three. So definitely, again, we definitely work with the top 500 brands here in the U.S. and globally as well. We've been at this game for over 25 years as a collective team, and again, our management team has over an average 20 years of experience in e-commerce and digital. So not our first rodeo. We love to kind of be brought in as a trusted advisor to a number of brands. But just to kind of get into it, cookies are stale, right? The technology and methodologies of cookies were never designed, to last, a quarter of a century, right? And so you can see just kind of some of the early on sites, Google when it was first launching, Yahoo, obviously Apple, a number of them here with MSN too. Cookies were, again, put in place as really a way to mainly serve display ads back in the day. That logic has really not changed much at all. So there's a lot of, challenges that people are facing, and we hear these every day from the largest brands in the world of, the problem with cookies and, inaccurate identifiers of information. It's diluting the value, again, especially across the board with third parties. It's leading to a lot of false positive results with targeting that people are kind of running up against. While performance could be good, scale is typically an issue as well that people run into. And they've seen that like with Google customer match, obviously, or CRM matches, cross-browser, cross-device detection, as well has been a challenge. And then as we get into kind of targeting people, especially from multiple people on the same devices, such as people in homes, there's a lot of kind of misreads, right? Who's on that machine, especially if it's, mom, dad, kids streaming from the same, household level, or you get even to the machine level. And then obviously the privacy concerns, both from a desktop as well as a mobile side experience. So, at the end of the day, there's a lot of challenges that people are facing. We don't believe all cookies are bad. So shout out to my friends at Detroit Cookie Company back home in Detroit. These cookies are not bad. They're pretty phenomenal, actually. Started by a very young entrepreneur in her 20s. But at the end of the day, again, cookies, it depends on how you use them, what you use them for. Side note, by the way, these are not fat-free cookies, even though I tried to, make that claim there, didn't work. Molten peanut butter, by the way, if anyone's interested. But not all cookies are bad. And so, marketers have, shouldn't be doing this waiting game at all. We should be proactive and leaning towards the change, not waiting for the change to happen to us. I think a lot of people are still waiting too long and looking around to see what's going on. I think it's a what a pivotal time in the industry of test and learn. So there's some key pillars as well that we'll kind of share and talk about here briefly. But search, contextual, shopping, we'll have minimum impact. We've had zero deterioration of our cookies in those key pillars with strong shopping intent at scale. I think moving towards kind of open architecture framework is going to be key for people, and really kind of going back to first party cookies, as well as unique identifiers at the customer level. A lot of shifting with MTA and MMM. We don't believe in having the tail wag the dog. And a lot of brands are facing that challenge right now, right, with analytic teams trying to influence media buying and planning without knowing the 360 kind of lens of how things are bought and placed. So challenge yourselves internally. And again, lastly, just be agile, with solutions. There's not a single silver bullet. I don't care who the brand is, if it's $1 billion budget, that they have, or $250,000 budget, or somewhere in between. Test and learn. Now's the time to do it. And really kind of rest in data-driven decisions, but retest those data-driven decisions at least once a quarter. Challenge yourself. You won't get it perfect. And then lastly, there's alternative to cookies. I don't know if anyone kind of knows this, but if you know what product this is, shoot it through the text right now. The first person to get this right and answer this question, we will send you a $25 DoorDash card. So send it through. I'll give you just 10 seconds. You may have guessed it. Our friend, not fat-free Twinkie, but I guess it can withstand nuclear disaster. But anyhow, so there's alternatives out there, and this is kind of one of them that we have. It's patents that we have on this search widget technology, and we'll set up time afterwards and get into this details. But on a high level, it's a 2-click search model. It's shopping based as well as search based. So 2-click model, so it can be on anywhere we have our hooks and RTBs. Very interactive. So a user would then go to kind of a SERP listing on our site after they would engage with a keyword or a search, and then they would go directly to the advertiser's landing page. Only when they're only billed on a cost per click once they land here. So it's very high level as far as interaction, great user experience, high intent. And then lastly, we've all worked from home for a long time now, right? Our company's worked from home actually for over 10 years across 5 different time zones. But look, the greatest companies in the world started here, right? In a garage. In your garage or your room that you've worked in may have looked cleaner than this one, or more kind of on a true garage style like this one, but this is actually a historic rendering of Larry and Sergey's garage when they first started, right? And so again, working from home and working together in small cohort groups is powerful. So just want to leave you guys with that. Think bigger. The next frontier of search is here upon us. It's today. It's not 5 years from now. The next revolution is here, and I think a lot of the folks on the phone and on the webcast today are part of that. So again, wanted to hand it back to you, John. It's a pleasure and honor for us to step up and sponsor this event. If anyone wants a golf hat, sorry you can't see me on the camera right now. If anyone wants a Pinehurst AdMedia golf hat, shoot me an email. And here's my email, personal cell as well. We'll get that mailed to you guys over the next week or so. But hand it back to you, John and team, and looking forward to diving in for the next 2 days of content.